It's important to know how bad it could get so we can prepare for the worst case scenario.
Certainly it is. Tonight it is still too early to know if we will get a glancing blow or a direct hit. And David, you keep driving this point home.
Right. We're either going to get a direct hit and get devastation, or we're going to get a glancing blow and get lucky. We're hoping we get lucky, but this is going to be a very powerful hurricane. One thing we'll be watching very carefully is what's going on in Galveston. And you can see tonight the lights lit up underneath Murdoch's. You can see some of the waves coming in. They're getting fairly large out there, 3 to 4 feet at times. Tomorrow, I expect to see some quite dramatic wave action out here on the Galveston coast. And that is because when you put a powerful hurricane here over the Gulf of Mexico, it's like tossing a pebble in a lake of very calm water. It sends out ripples. Well, the ripples will arrive, and they already are beginning to arrive, and you'll see some big wave action. We'll be using our weather cameras down there quite a bit. Hurricane's got 90-mile-an-hour winds now, racing northwest at 17. Once the winds get above 95, it'll be upgraded to Cat 2. It's Cat 1 right now. You see the counterclockwise rotation around what is now looking like a more symmetrical storm. That's another indication that this one is getting going, and that is, as we put it in the weather office, getting ready to crank. When they get symmetrical, they get organized, they really can get going. There is no visible eye with Laura right now, but by this time tomorrow, there will be an open eye as it becomes Cat 2 and Cat 3 before making landfall. In fact, by 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, it's expected to be about 100, 150 miles off the Texas coast or Louisiana coast as a Cat 3 with winds sustained at 120. You get to 130 and above, that's Cat 4. So we're going to be flirting with a strong Cat 3 as it approaches land. It's going to cross the coastline as we get past midnight, going into early the wee hours of Thursday morning as a strong 3, and then race on inland. 80-mile-an-hour hurricane as it reaches near Alexandria, then a tropical storm up there in Arkansas. On this particular forecast cone from the Hurricane Center, Houston and Galveston are not in the cone. It's a very tight cone. So what do the spaghetti models say? Well, spaghetti models still make me a little nervous. We've had a little bit of a track shift off to the east of about 50 miles. Yesterday, we had a track shift to the west at this time of 50 miles, so I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. It's going to be a very close call for Houston, Galveston, Beaumont, Lake Charles. Somebody's going to get hit very, very hard. That's why we say prepare for the worst, and we're hoping for the best. So Laura, again, makes landfall tomorrow night into the wee hours of Thursday morning. Will be a Cat 3 at least. Winds, rain, storm surge are all 3 threats. Now, what if we were to take a direct hit from this hurricane? Here's what it would look like. A direct hit would give Galveston a surge of 10 to 15 feet with winds of 110 to 125. This possibility, if we were to take a direct hit, is why the evacuations were ordered this afternoon and this evening, because this is not going to be far from us. We got to get out of the way now in case it does come our way. Houston would have gusts above 100. The power outages and the trees down would blow your mind, because those type of winds would take down thousands of trees, and that would do tremendous damage to our power infrastructure, and we'd be without power in many places for weeks, maybe more than a month. Storm surge forecast at the moment with it going in Texas-Louisiana border puts the worst of the surge on southwest Louisiana, 9 to 13 feet. But again, if that track shifts, then that surge would shift. For the moment, the surge forecast is not bad for Galveston and Galveston Bay, 3 to 5 feet. We can handle that. That's underneath the seawall. Won't get over it. And then we get some minor flooding on the west and north side of Galveston Bay. We watch for the potential changes. Rainfall, most of it would be to our east, with maybe Houston only get a half an inch to an inch of rainfall on that particular track. Winds, well, as we went into the night, they'd be up toward 100 miles an hour or above, near and to the right of the center, wherever that storm decides to go in. So your extended forecast keeps a good chance for rain a Wednesday night into Thursday. We go back to just plain old summertime conditions going into the weekend. We will watch it carefully together, moment to moment, tomorrow and tomorrow night.
Yeah, plain old summer conditions sound good right about now. All right, thanks, David.